it sent you, then you decide,
It just says
perfect. And then you just decide who to send it to. Like you
and
get
then
like
it
a little,
downloads. And I
okay,
also have a YouTube channel, which
okay,
so what I do, this isn't going public. It's
yeah.
all unlisted and private. But what I do is I upload it to YouTube so that you have a link so you don't have the
Mm.
size of the file. And
Ah,
the only person that gets access to it is you,
okay.
unlisted, and then you click on the link and then you get to see what you see.
Interesting. Okay, okay.
So
It's another
I'm
thing
using
I'm,
the cloud to
yeah.
facilitate so that when I do, whether I'm doing angels, whether I'm doing numerology, whatever the case may be,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
use my Zoom. And then when I teach my classes for anybody that can't attend or somebody wants to listen again, because we do meditations,
Right.
it's so everybody has a record of the class and they can
Okay.
go back and listen.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Thank you for
You
telling me.
ready?
Okay. All right. So, okay. And you're gonna, yeah, you're doing me first, right? Is
Gonna
that what
do
you
you
want?
first. So
Okay.
here's my intention. This is what I do before I start, right? So I tap into my greatest and highest good, my higher
Mhm.
self and sources of light. I surround us with love and light, remove any and all negativity, and I ask my guides and angels from the light to have me be of service so that you get value and that we are surrounded by love and light.
Mhm.
Amen.
Amen.
Yep. So no negativity, none of that. So do
Okay.
you do entity removals as well?
Yeah, it come when it comes up in the body code. I'll show it to you when I
Yeah.
explain it a little bit.
Yeah, because you'll
And
tell
sometimes,
if I where my immunity is, right?
what was that?
You'll be able to tell where my immunity is, right?
Yeah, well, you could just ask me and I'll ask your subconscious mind and it'll lead us to whatever we need to know. And, you know,
All good.
yes,
It's
yeah,
all good.
different ways to get there, but yes.
Different ways of the same thing because I do the same thing. I
Hmm.
look at you know, any negativity and I ask explicitly
Hmm.
for your greatest and highest good. So I'm
Hmm.
going to bring up, let me see. Actually, I'm going to bring up your chart.
All
Let me
right.
see if I can bring so I'm going to start here. This is no, this isn't where we're going to start with we talked about the name that you use.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me just minimize a lot of things in the background
Okay.
here. You can see your chart, right? Leslie Ann
Yep.
Gould. This was
Yep.
your maiden
That
name.
was my birth on the birth certificate. Yep.
Yep, that's your birth certificate.
Right.
And what we're going to do is we're just gonna, so have, let me show you my chart. This is
Okay.
something, I'm a psychosomatic numerologist.
Okay.
I don't,
Beautiful.
so psychosomatics is the body-mind connection,
Hmm.
spiritual. I tap into all my clairs. It's been a journey, a
Mm.
spiritual awakening. It started pretty much from the time I was a teenager at
Mm.
19 years of age. And when my grandmother, God bless her, my mother's mother, had passed, she was the sweetest woman in the whole wide world.
Mm.
Soul agreement with her, which I didn't know at the time. But
Mm.
she passed, and I did not take it well at all. She was the first person that was so close to me that
Mm.
passed.
Mm.
3 days after her passing, she came to me in a dream. I was
Mm.
so happy to see her.
Mm.
I was in her living room with her and I told her, I says, "Oh, Meme, I'm so sad. It's so wrong that you had to die." And she looked me square in the eye and she said, "Sweetheart, I have no more pain."
Mm.
I
Yeah.
went, "Oh my God, this woman never, ever, ever complained."
Yeah.
She had cancer, pancreatic cancer. She had
Um,
rheumatoid arthritis. And I was thinking of myself.
yeah.
And of course, so she says, I says, "Well, I want to see you. How can I?" She says, "Don't worry." She says, "I'm right here."
Yeah.
She said, "We can do this again." She says, "Just talk to me." She says, and and I was like, "Oh my goodness." So I woke up the next day and I was like, "Okay, I'm not afraid of death and dying because my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother's obviously there. I feel like I've done it before myself."
Yeah. Yeah.
And, so that was the beginning of my journey.
Okay.
and it's been a process. So
Mm.
psychosomatic numerology, I'm sure I've done it. I'm an old soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure I've done it in previous life because as soon as it showed itself to me, I was doing charts immediately.
Mm.
Tap into all my clairs. I surround us with love and light. I've been reading angel cards for over 30 years.
Mm.
So it's just the culmination of
Yeah.
everything. What I love about numerology, Leslie, is that it is your blueprint.
Okay. Yeah.
We have a soul agreement when we come here. We
Hmm.
plan what we're going to work on in this lifetime.
Hmm.
The chart shows us exactly that. It's your soul purpose, your challenges in life, what you're here to get out of life, the cycle that you're in. It
Okay.
can tell you your lifelong challenge.
Hmm.
So whenever I do coaching with others, I always look at the chart because the chart has all the answers.
Right.
We look
Right.
at the name you go by. That's why I asked you, what's the name you go by? What's
Yeah.
the name you came in with? Because every
Mhm.
letter has a vibration.
Right.
Every number has a positive, a negative, and a critical.
Okay.
So I generally start with the positive. When people say that does not resonate, we go to the negative. And we look at the
Mm.
critical. The number is the number, Leslie. It's what you make of it. We are in
Okay.
the world of contrast. We want to
Yeah.
make something bad, we do. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be bad. Sometimes things happen for our greatest and highest good, and we don't even know it.
Right.
We
Right.
think it's a bad thing. It's not.
Right.
Sometimes, we have soul agreements. I can compare and contrast you with your children, with your ex-husband, with
Mhm.
a partner, and I can tell you where you're challenged. I can tell you where you're there, whether you've been together in
Hmm.
past lives.
Hmm.
If there's karma, I can
Mm.
tell you all of it, and it's all logical and linear based on the numbers.
Yeah.
I can
Yep.
tell you, I look for patterns, I look for karma. I can tell you how you make decisions. When I
Mm.
work with couples, it's really great because a lot of times I can tell, I can help them
Yeah.
in areas that they differ by understanding how, if you're trying to convince someone else, what's the best approach?
Right.
If
Right.
they're mental and they need facts and figures,
Yeah.
you can't come to them and say, "Hey, let's do this. Just trust me," because
Yeah.
that's not gonna work.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So,
Beautiful.
okay, we're gonna get
Okay.
started. So I
Okay. And,
developed,
oh,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. I just want to tell you one thing. I don't know if this makes a difference or if I've mentioned it before, but are you familiar with the human design at all? Oh, not at all. Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Fine.
I don't even know if I can explain it. Look it up because I'm sure you'll be drawn right to it. It's just a way to sort of again look at people's templates, and we all fall into different categories, and there are maybe 5 or 6 categories, and one of them is a very rare category, and that's what I'm in, and it's called the reflector. And pretty much I'm a truth seer, truth teller. And there's something about not having a center. Like we need a guidance. We need the moon. We need something. We're the only one that, and I forget what they call it, but there's like lacks a center, and we're very open to everything, but not necessarily. We don't necessarily absorb it. I mean, like we kind of built with good boundaries too, which I am. But so this truth teller, truth seer, 1% of the population is a reflector. So I've always felt different, weird, oddball out, everything like that. So and my family, plenty of reasons there. But I just thought I'd throw that in because it may make sense if we look at this.
Well, I'm always looking for a good book.
Yeah, yeah. If you haven't done it, you can find places to do your own chart and see what you are. And there's
Oh, absolutely.
classes and everything. So you might want to, look at, yeah, it's interesting. It's just
Yeah, and
another
different
way to look at it.
avenues. Well, in my numerology, in my destiny, because we call
Hmm.
this your blueprint destiny,
Hmm.
is I'm a humanitarian.
Okay.
So I'm a very, very old soul. This is the last incarnation in 3D,
Wow. Lucky
right?
you.
Yeah,
Nice.
lucky me. Lucky
Yeah.
me.
Wow. I'd love to know about mine. I feel like that's what I want, but they're going, yeah, no.
Not. So my my role is to, I've been saying this since I'm a kid. Things come through me like I want to make the world a better place. I
Mm,
see the good in everyone. I always look for the good.
mm,
Always, always, always look for the good, whether no matter what the circumstances are. And I also, I love the reflector thing. I'm not saying that I'm a reflector by any stretch because I have no idea, but I mirror back what I see in
exactly.
them. So
Exactly. Me
a
too. Yeah.
lot of the coaching is all about what I see
Yeah.
and, there are obstacles and things like that. So let's get started with your chart. I'm
All
so
right.
excited.
Woo!
So excited. So your birthday, you just had a birthday, November
I
9th.
I did.
You did. So anytime numbers repeat, that's very important. That
Yes.
means you're an old soul. So 11 is a 1-1.
Right.
And then what you do is we in numerology add all the numbers together till we come to a single digit.
Yep.
Digits
I
are
know a little bit, and I do that with my birth, with years, what year I'm at, all that kind of stuff. Okay.
perfect. 1 through 9 are numbers, zero's not. Zero spirit.
Right. Okay.
Spiritual. And when that comes up, I'll talk about it. So, anyways, so we take 11. 11 is your month, and 9, and then 1963. You're so young.
Mm. Really? Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
61.
You're 61.
Yes. I have
Okay.
1961. 19.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I'm going to be 65 in February.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You got two
So
years on me.
see. So, anyways, what we do is we add all the numbers together. So, what I do is I add the 11 because it's a master number, plus 9 is 20, plus 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 3. So, it's 11, 20, 30, 39. So, this is a 39.
Mm.
So, the reason it's a 39, and this is important, because of the 11. We keep 11 as a whole number because you were born in November.
Okay, wait, is that for any month number or just 11 or just
Just
November?
11.
Just 11. I didn't
Just
know that.
11 because the numbers repeat.
I
So,
see.
but master numbers can be 22, 33, 44, right? So it's 11. And what we do is we will say 11/2 because when you're playing a big game, you're an 11.
Mm.
When you're not, you're a 2.
Mm. Mm.
So that, but
Okay.
in this case, it's the month you were born. So when we add all the numbers to come to your destiny, we keep that whole. It's not
Okay.
like we just go with 2. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Just semantics on how we do it. So 39 and 3 plus 9 is 12 and 12,
Right.
1 plus 2 is 3.
Right.
So that means your destiny is that you're a 3.
Okay.
What does that mean? Well, the 39 talks about your 3 because you have a 3
Mm-hmm.
early on in life. And then the
Mm-hmm.
9 says later on in life. So
Mm.
every number that's in your chart is who you are. I'm
Mm.
constantly looking for repeating numbers, where numbers are, what numbers are missing, and it's very important. So let me tell you about a 3. Threes they're the consummate salesperson.
Mm. Mm.
Social. Now, this is the positive.
Yeah, because I'm like, no, but okay. Yep.
This is the positive. So the
Right.
number is the number. If you
Mm.
choose to be introverted and shy, that's your prerogative.
Mm.
However, threes are creative,
Mm-hmm.
threes are friendly, threes know a lot about a lot of different things,
Yeah.
and they can speak to anyone. Now, they may not choose to speak to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at a 3 and I talk about somebody's childhood, I think of that child on the positive side that is just fully self-expressed. They know how they feel. You ask them how they feel, they'll tell you
Mm.
that what they like and what they don't like. Do
Yeah.
you like this? Do you like dolls or do you like coloring books?
Yeah.
I love coloring books. They know what they like. And not only that, what they do, they as in you, is they take care of themselves first. They take care of their needs. They're very well versed
Mm-hmm.
on who they are and what they like. They are
Mm-hmm.
not a people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
They could have people pleasing tendencies in other parts of their chart. So my birthday is February 26th. That's
Mm-hmm.
I got twos all over my chart.
Mm-hmm.
Twos are people pleasers. Twos are
Mm-hmm.
people who can read the room, know everybody's emotions, and I want to avoid conflict at all cost. And
Mm-hmm.
so I want to make you happy
Mm-hmm.
at my, I even though I want to play with coloring books,
Mm-hmm.
I know everybody else wants to play with dolls. Guess what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I say let's play with dolls because that's what they want. Threes know what so you are aware of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like to talk about your feelings though.
Mm-hmm.
Feelings are something that you know. You'd rather talk about what you think, not
Mm-hmm.
how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
You're very aware of feelings, but you're not one that is, unless you've worked in this area. Let me look at your challenges. Oh no. Oh no. This is your attainments. You want to be able to do this well.
Yeah.
How are you with your feelings?
I feel like I talk about them very freely. And what you described before, I know I was born the way you described it, but it was my family. There was no one cared what I wanted, no one asked, no one knew, no one was there. So I was very isolated.
Or
And
alum?
so it changed. It just changed me. I had no choice. I couldn't be that person. And if I did or I tried, I would be ridiculed and made fun of, etc. So,
Oh, so we have some soul agreements.
okay.
We have some soul agreements with others that saw you to go to the negative because a lot of
Yeah.
times what I do, so thank you. Thank you for sharing
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
because threes can be very inward, but see, it sounds like it's not that you wanted to be inward, it's that
No,
you were
I,
in a situation that
I had
didn't
no other
allow
choice.
you to be outward.
Right. No.
Oh,
Right. Not safe, not wanted, no one can, and multiple reasons. Everyone had a different reason in my very dysfunctional family. Yeah, and my sister hated me from even before I even born. She doesn't talk to me, never talks. I don't have a sister. She doesn't talk to me. So and that is my work now is, yeah, to get back to who I really am because there's just so much that,
how many barriers, so many
yeah,
obstacles, I will say, not barriers, because
yes,
life is what happens to you.
yeah.
And my guess is you've got soul agreements. We could do comparing and contrasting with you
Mhm.
and your sister and
Mhm.
maybe your mom or your dad or whatever the case may be. Lots of
Mhm.
times
Mhm.
people play roles. They may even have soul agreements before they were born in this world. I had a situation with one of my um, clients, his mother, and he had a soul agreement, and she played a very egregious role in his life.
Mhm.
And this egregious role had him be the successful, wonderful man that he is today.
Mhm.
And he got free
Mhm.
by being able to understand that as a result of working with me and
Mhm.
understanding the numerology and understanding. She, on a soul level, she loved him so much that she agreed to play this egregious role in this
Mhm.
lifetime.
Mhm.
And he even said it himself. He wouldn't have gotten out at 17. He wouldn't have been the self-made man that he is today, the multimillionaire and whatnot, and having the relationship. So life happens for you. And we learn in this planet of contrast by contrast. We
Mhm.
learn our deepest lessons from adversity. It's
Yep. Oh, I
not
know.
when things happen well.
Oh, of course. I know. Um, yes, and I've had plenty. So not been easy. It has not been easy.
No, it's not easy.
No.
But I'm going to say this, it's not easy and suffering is optional.
Hmm.
What
Hmm.
other people think of you is
Hmm.
none of your business.
Hmm.
And so many times we live our lives thinking that what they think is what's important, and it's not, it's what you think.
Mm,
And
yeah.
that's the gift of your three. That's the
Mhm.
gift of your three. I invite you. And the fact that you have two threes in your attainments right here, and it's later on in life, from
Mhm.
age 35 to 44 and 45 to the end of your life, which is where you are,
Yeah.
this is what you're working on. So when you are doing your
Yeah.
soul's journey, there is tremendous opportunity. How
Mhm.
serious are you? Are you a
Mhm.
serious person or are you silly, laughing?
I'm I mean, I have a great sense of humor, and but I guess there's a seriousness to me. I'm not, there has to be like a purpose, there has to be a deeper meaning to something for me to kind of want to do it or just really, really feel it. And I don't, I'm not like the kind of person who goes on a cruise because I just want to be mindless and just hang out for a week. That would just like, I can't stand that kind of thing.
What you need to do is find the thing that makes you happy and do
Hmm.
just that. And,
Hmm.
if it were something like gardening or if it was
Hmm.
something like painting or singing
Hmm.
or
Yeah,
dancing.
I got things that make me happy. I mean, I what my work makes me that may have. I love to sing. I love to dance. I've performed. I love going out and favorite thing, live music and dancing. I'm very,
Beautiful.
yeah,
And
that kind of thing.
finding that outlet and being in touch because what happens is you have this gift
Hmm.
of connection and the creativity, and you create beautiful things in this
Hmm.
world as a result of it.
Hmm.
And life has happened to you.
Hmm.
And there's also, I'm not going to say a lesson, but there's a message. And there's an experience that you wanted to experience. You wanted to see it in this lifetime.
Hmm.
And not that you, and I don't know where you are in the forgiveness realm with your
Hmm.
family and all of that.
Yeah, I, I'm in a pretty good place actually with my mother, and she's the only one that that really matters. My mother and my sister is just not part of my life, so it's not, I don't really
How
feel
about
one
your
way or the
dad?
other. My dad passed away, and he was terrible and is bipolar and very scary, and it was a very weird. It was a divorce, and it was very messy and strange and terrifying. But I never really feel angry at him. I feel sad for him, really, even with all the damage he did to me. It's my mother who has been the hardest nut to crack, but that's much, much better. Done a lot of work on us. My stepfather, again,
Yeah,
whatever. I don't feel the need to forgive or not to forgive. He's just kind of there. It's really my mother. And
right. Well, forgiveness, is for you, not for them.
right. No, I know that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. I don't, I guess it doesn't even there's nothing like
There's no burden.
yeah, I mean, he is what he is, and he's annoying, and he caused a lot of issues. But really, my mother was the person that I needed to work on, and now we're in a much, much better place. And she's 96, so
There you
she's
go.
up there.
There you
Yeah.
go. So, well, that's wonderful. And then the nine with the 39 is
Hmm.
that you're humanitarian as well. So you and I connect on a level
Yeah.
where we want and we are in alignment. And the fact that you're tapping into your spiritual gifts
Hmm. Hmm.
is the fact that you are and you are giving them away. What
Hmm.
you're doing, I say giving them as in you're the conduit. You're the
Yeah.
conduit for this in helping others to live the life that they're here to live, which
Yeah.
is amazing. Now, because of your November birthday month, that makes you an 11 too. 11s are mentors. They're not only leaders, they're not only independent thinkers, they don't need others. They when they see something as an opportunity, they don't need others. They go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. 11s would have been early on in life, and people follow you whether you know it or not. People are watching you and they realize how capable you are. Even though early on in life your challenge was a 7.
Hmm.
So even though you had challenges with trust,
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
trust was violated, in
Mhm.
that you're the kind of person that once you cannot trust somebody, you write them off. You do not, but it's not only trust in others as much as it's trust in yourself.
Mhm.
So there was a period of time in your youth, and when I say youth, I'm talking about till your early 20s.
Okay.
Okay, so from birth to 20s, that you became the person that you are, which is
Mhm.
pretty wonderful,
Mhm.
and people admired you
Mhm.
because of how you handled yourself.
Mhm.
And my guess is your skills and talents made themselves known
Mhm.
early on in life.
Mhm.
Is
Mhm.
that true? Your spiritual gifts.
Well, my spiritual gifts? I mean, my talents made themselves known very early, but my mother, because of her trauma, she had many of the same talents. She pushed them away, pushed me away. So I was just out there with all these gifts and talents and no one to support them or even, whatever. So again, I was just alone and
All
confused
over the
and
place. And which
yeah.
leads me to your second challenge, which would have been age 25 to 34,
Hmm.
which is eight. Eights are miracle manifestors. Okay, in the positive sense. When you're challenged in your eights, that means you're all over the place. It
Mm,
means you're not focusing on anything. You're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this, and you're not driving your ship. You are at the tail's wagging the dog.
hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so you're trying to figure that out. However, once you start to figure this out, which would have been by the mid 30s,
Hmm.
what happens is you realize how powerful you are because
Hmm.
miracle manifestors can make anything happen once they focus on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Miracle manifestors. Now, what the thing you have to understand though is manifestation is you for yourself,
Hmm.
right? It's not you, it's not what you want for others.
Hmm.
It's you understanding the lay of the land and then making things happen for yourself and turning yourself around and
Yeah.
making choices in a way. Now, the nine, I told you about the manifestation, and wanting the humanitarian for everyone as you're 39. The eight is the doer.
Hmm.
Okay. The nine in your later on in his life is just you want to create a better planet for people. You want to help people. You want people to see and have access to the knowledge that you have. Nines are very wise. And
Mm.
there's things that you know that are way beyond what you've learned in this lifetime.
Right. And that's part of the reflector. It's just stuff. And that's just, yeah. So I'm clairsentient and I do just know stuff.
And
Okay.
that's also their day of birth is nine. So I see 39 and I see nine here. So the fact that you've got nines
Yeah.
duplicating tells me how old you are as a soul and how wise you are. And you
Mm.
can tell truth from fiction.
Mm.
You just embody the truth and the knowledge, and you speak with authority, and you
Mm.
speak not with an agenda. You speak to enlighten
Mhm.
others.
Right.
You
Yeah.
want to share your knowledge with others, or things probably come through you. They do for me. They
Hmm.
come through me.
Hmm.
And sometimes I'm like, wow, where did
Yeah.
that come from?
I know. I'll write a text to a client and answer to something. I'm like, whoa. And like, where did that even come from? Yeah. Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, which is good. And then, of course, at the end, coming back to your year of birth, which comes to 19. 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 3. It
Okay.
gives you something karmic, which is 1910 1. And what's most important is the fact that this is your lifelong challenge. So when I told you about being a leader,
Hmm.
your lifelong challenge is you're a leader
Is to be a leader.
that doesn't want to lead.
Exactly.
You want to follow. You
Yeah.
want to be
Or
a
do my own thing.
co-person,
I want to do my own thing, but yes, I guess there's a little bit of that. But I
but you
actually want
don't
to.
want to be the person that's blazing the trail with 10 people
Yeah.
behind you.
Yeah. 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 Probably not.
And
Yeah.
having the other thing when 1910 1 shows up, because it's got the one, the nine, the one, the zero, you get three ones, you get a zero in there and everything. They They can be very stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody says you're going to do this, you say, not in this lifetime. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do it just because you said it. Just
Mm-hmm.
because you said it, because I'm going to do what I want to do. Or the other thing that can happen when you have 1910 show up is that you can, in new areas of your life, lack self-confidence. You can
Mm-hmm.
feel a lack of, I don't know if I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to do this. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So
Yeah.
1910 and then of course your lifelong challenge is your one, which tells me you're in your negative one, which is
Mm-hmm.
the stubbornness, which is and what I'm going to tell you, Leslie, is that just tap into your higher self.
Yeah.
I don't know, because you've got all the aces on your side.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to do is open up and ask, and
Yeah.
they come through you anyways.
Yeah.
When we get into our heads, that
Yeah.
we limit ourselves.
Yeah.
So this is definitely your lifelong challenge is the one. So
Yeah.
the fact that and with the 11 too, so I have to bring up the two, because if you're not living up to your 11 as the mentor, if you're not being the leader,
Mm-hmm.
twos avoid conflict. They
Mm-hmm.
do not like drama. They do not like chaos. They do not want to step up and be leaders.
Mm-hmm.
They will follow, they will co-pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, However, they want to end the drama and chaos more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a little bit of you've got your three on this side, which is knowing what you want and
Mm-hmm.
being aware of it. And then the two over here, which is being aware of all the emotional baggage and all
Mm-hmm.
the drama and the chaos and wanting to avoid it at all cost. And I
Mm-hmm.
can see how that would have you go inward
Yeah.
and avoid that. Now, what's important to understand is early on in life, from birth to 24, your attainment was to be able to look at these situations where there's a lot of emotional drama and things like that and kind of put it in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Be able to compartmentalize it and not own it. Just because somebody else over here is having a tornado because they're not getting their way or whatever the case may be. Now, this would have been in your 20s. This wouldn't have been at the time you're 10, 14, 20.
Okay.
No, this would have been later on in life because what happens with the attainments is this is what your goal is.
Mm-hmm.
However, you probably wouldn't get there till you're in your 20s. Is is
Okay.
that something you can relate to?
Well, I mean, the chaos in my 20s was my ex-husband. Yeah. So, uh,
And then when did you divorce?
yeah. 40s, mid 40s.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
stayed there.
Oh, well, oh yeah. And I was with him since 19. So, and had a disabled child, which made it also very difficult and da 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 da. And it took a long time to get away from him because he was, you know,
Not easy.
borderline and not easy and blah blah. And it was very hard. And even after I got away, it was
Not
just
easy.
turned it up on me. It didn't get better, it got worse. So it was hard.
Mm-hmm. Got
Yeah.
you. Got you. Got you. And you still use that name.
Well, I do because of business. I was a massage therapist and it was Leslie Barkman and my kid's name is Barkman. And so I
Yep.
put my own name back in between so that I'm Leslie Gould Barkman. I just felt I was recognized as Barkman and I felt like I couldn't really get rid of it. So, I kept
So
it,
that's
but
a
put my name
label.
back.
That's a label. And it was convenient when your kids were young. And what
Hmm.
I'm going to tell you on the second part of your chart is I'm going to recommend that you lose the Barkman.
Mm, hmm.
Just go with Leslie Gould.
Mm,
And
yeah.
there's a lot of good reasons up here. And I don't usually like people to go up to your brain because it's making meaning of things that don't really matter.
Mm,
But I'm going to tell you that when you go to Leslie Gould, The vibrational frequency is just absolutely phenomenal. When you do
Mm,
Gould Barkman, what
mm,
happens is you become a one, and a
okay.
one in expression is not a good thing
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
ones tell, they don't listen.
Mm,
And lots of people don't like to be told.
mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
what happens is every letter in your name has a vibrational frequency. Being in business, especially this business,
Mm,
when you have a four as your overall vibration, when you go with Leslie Gould, people
mm-hmm.
are going to be attracted to you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
what happens with Gould is that you become someone that learns by doing, and
Mm-hmm.
people gravitate because they're trying to
Mm,
do.
mm,
So there's attraction for
mhm.
you.
Okay.
Now, when I look at your name, I'm jumping, but I think it's important here. When I look at the name that you had as a
Mhm,
young child, you were a nine. So it's Leslie spelled Lesley,
mhm,
Anne
mhm,
and Gould um, gave you a vibrational frequency of a nine. A nine is that humanitarian. A nine is
mhm,
someone. Um, it did make you a physical decision maker, which I can talk about.
mhm,
Physical decision makers are not bad decision makers at all, especially when we're in 3D. There's four
mhm,
different kinds of decision makers. Physical is when you're making choices based on tangible things.
mhm,
So I'm going to go into this line of business when I go to college because it's going to help me to make money so I can be independent and I'm going blah, 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 blah.
mhm,
It's something very tangible. It's
mhm,
going to help. I'm going to this college because this is where my best friend is, and we're going to be able to, you're making decisions that are based on relationships, money,
mhm,
proximity, things like that. It's a very logical way to make decisions. Okay.
mhm,
There's also mental decision making. Lots of times when people are mental decision makers, and I can tell by the letters in your name and whatnot. I'm going into depth here because I want to explain to you with some of the what happens with different names for you.
mhm,
Mental decision making can be analysis paralysis, where they're constantly looking for options and they don't want to
mhm,
make a decision. So they're
mhm.
asking you what you think, they're researching here, they're going there, and they don't want to make a decision
Right.
because they're afraid they're going to make the wrong
Yeah.
decision.
I got a lot of that. Yeah.
You
Okay.
do, and it's
Yeah.
in another one of your names.
Okay. Okay.
And then there's an emotional decision maker. You're going to resonate with this as well.
Yeah.
Emotional decision making is when there's chaos going on, there's drama going on, and you do something as a result of it, either high, high,
Mhm,
high emotions or
mhm,
low, low, low. When I say
mhm.
low, 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 I'm talking, you know, shame, guilt, grief,
Yep.
all that,
Yep.
apathy. So when you make a decision in that frame of mind, tell me how the decision is. Is it a good
Mm,
decision or a
right.
bad?
Not when it comes from there. No. Okay. Yeah.
Ever
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
good decision. Emotional decision makers usually know this in their self to be true because they've suffered dearly
Mm-hmm.
decisions in the heat of the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is walking into a brand new car dealership and seeing that bright red convertible and
Mm-hmm.
signing on the dotted line because they fall in love
Right.
even though they can't afford it. Or it's having a big argument with your best friend and in the heat of the argument saying, get out of my life. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
talk to you ever again
Mm-hmm.
and regretting it
Mm-hmm.
in the heat of the moment. So emotional decision making is something you've had experience with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not those contexts, but yes,
No,
yes,
no, no. I'm just
yeah,
using it as illustrative
yes,
purposes.
yeah.
Last but not least is intuition. There
Okay.
are people who make decisions based on their gut.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Should I go left? Should I go right? I'm going
Mm-hmm.
left. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
100% of these people, as long as there isn't a strong emotional component, have the best, easiest way of making decisions
Mm-hmm.
when intuition. Now, as a child, your intuition was nil.
Mm-hmm.
Gut was you were too busy trying to survive.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
As Gould Barkman, you're an emotional decision maker primarily. I
Mm.
would say that now, did I look at Leslie Barkman? Yes, I did. Leslie Barkman, this is when you were so, look,
Mm-hmm.
you had three things going on when you were just Leslie Barkman.
Mm.
Soul was the primary, which was better. However, you had emotional decision making and mental decision making. My guess is, depending on what it is you were making a decision on,
Mm-hmm.
either you got stuck in analysis paralysis or the emotions kind of drew you to make certain
Mm-hmm.
decisions that you probably didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Where you were better is making physical decisions.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to show you is as Leslie Gould,
Mm-hmm.
which is the name I want you to go by. I want
Mm-hmm.
you to be aware that emotional decision making could still be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
All that means is not that that's how you have to make decisions. It's kind of your default.
Mm. Yeah.
And whenever there's a strong emotion and it's time to make a decision, I say pause, sleep on
Mm-hmm.
it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
wait for the storm to pass
Mm-hmm.
before, and then go to your physical decision making, which is the way to do it.
Okay.
Always, always, always. Now, your intuition has never, how's your gut? Is this something that you've developed
Yeah, I mean, again, if it's about other people or about other things or what might happen, I can sort of just go connect the dots and I know that's where it's going, or I get people right away,
for
that
them?
kind of thing.
For
Hmm?
them, not you, though.
Right. It's much harder to figure out what I want. Yes.
And my guess is because of the history and
Yeah.
because of the emotions.
Yeah.
So yeah, intuitive decision making is just not your skill.
Hmm.
I would highly encourage you though to develop your intuition, not
Hmm.
necessarily force you to make decisions that way or encourage you to go and make decisions that way.
Hmm.
Um, when you have a close relationship with someone who has intuitive
Hmm.
decision making, it's a beautiful thing because
Hmm.
they can make very wonderful decisions with you and
Hmm.
help you to do that. So, this is just one of those, it's good to know in the back of your head that emotional decision making, even though I highly encourage you to go with Leslie Gould and to
Hmm.
lose the Barkman.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. And to just also, my father's name was Goldberg and he changed it to Gould because, we're Jewish and he, whatever he and my parents were divorced before I was born. Um so and I didn't even ever lived with it. Like it's just it's my name, but it isn't, it's just all very kind of
So, what do you resonate with?
solid.
What feels
I what do I mean, Gould just, I mean, I haven't been Gould since I was,
you
24.
added Gould? You added Gould.
Well, I added it back. I was Leslie Gould, growing up. I mean, I don't, it's probably beyond the name. It's just me. It's just, that name. I can embrace it more now and I can understand losing
Well, what I
Barkman.
could tell you is if you
Yep.
wanted to just use a name, so if you wanted to use Leslie Barkman,
Mm-hmm.
I would encourage you to use their middle initial.
Mm-hmm.
Changing this five. Five is my way or the highway. Five is karmic. Five is wanting freedom and options and adventure, feeling
Mm.
trapped.
Yeah. Yeah. Stuckness. So what would be the name then without the five?
Adding a one, which would be the A, which would be adding your middle initial.
Uh-huh.
So you would go from a five to a six, which is perfect
Mm,
Sixes, and I can show you why. So
mm,
let me just make a note here. Let me go with Leslie Barkman, and I'm going to add the A
mm.
because the A, I didn't know if you wanted to keep A, based on the commentary going back and forth. So if you resonate with Barkman, that's not a problem. Let me see what it does to your decision making as
Okay.
well.
I mean, at least with Barkman, I think of my kids. With Gould, I just
Of
kind of think
course.
of my father and his very screwed up family and the trauma and
Yes.
yucky and
Yeah.
depression and bipolar disorder.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
believe me, I'm not
yeah,
here to
yeah,
make matters worse.
yeah.
I'm here and it gets rid of that karma, which is beautiful.
That's the point. Okay.
It gets rid of the karma and feeling
Mm,
trapped. It adds an A here, which is not a problem. So a one. So it puts you actually in a good place
mm,
where you balance both mental and physical decision making. You emotional becomes less of a
mm,
default, if
mm-hmm,
you will. Not a bad thing here at all.
mm-hmm.
Um, I'm going to change my mind here, and I'm going to say, based on our conversation, that I would recommend that you go with Leslie Barkman, and I'm going to show you why.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you. Hold on. Why can't I do this? This is the one I want. I just want to emphasize this one. Yes, Leslie A. All right. So let me show you on the frequency grid. Okay, this is a busy chart, and I'm going to tell you what it means. Okay,
Okay.
blue means mostly compatible. That means when you, as your vibrational frequency of, let's just say, you were nine. You were nine when you were a child. Okay,
Mm-hmm,
so this is your column. So with someone who's got a one vibration, a two, a three, this is whether you're mostly compatible. That means you finish each other's sentences. You start to talk, somebody finishes your sentence. You're on the same wavelength.
mm-hmm,
Green means 80% of the time, finish each other's sentences. 20% of the time, we're incompatible. That means we're not on the same wavelength.
okay.
Yellow means 80% of the time you're mostly incompatible in your expression. This is how you communicate, how you're perceived, how they perceive you. Okay. And 20% of the time you're mostly compatible. And then rust is incompatible. That means you say white, they hear black. Okay.
Yep.
At the bottom of the chart here, so green, there's three different vibrational frequencies that 80% of the time you're mostly compatible with. Okay, that was when you were a nine. Okay,
Mhm,
seven were finish each other's sentences. That's awesome. Zero on the 80-20 rule against you. And then three, mostly incompatible. So even though as a child, when you went with Leslie and Gould, you had a vibrational frequency that was pretty good. So that when you were communicating with people that would listen, people did
mm,
hear what you were saying. You did a pretty good job. Okay.
mhm, mhm.
Now the five, I want to show you the error of the five. When we're just talking about Leslie Gould without the A.
Okay.
Three, 80-20, which is mostly compatible. One, where people finish each other's sentences. Four, 80% incompatible, 20%
Mm,
compatible, and five, mostly incompatible. Five's not a good vibration for a frequency with
mm,
expression.
mm,
Neither is one because one is Gould Barkman. Remember, we said
mm,
Leslie Gould Barkman when you added it in? Did
mhm.
you notice a difference in your frequency or your ability to communicate when you added Gould back?
Ugh. I can't say that I don't know.
Okay, you're not aware.
No.
And it's okay. People don't pay attention to this.
Yeah.
let me tell you why I'm so aware of it. When I got married 39 years ago, I took my husband's name. I
Mhm,
had a name that nobody got right. My last name, nobody got right. It was at the end of the alphabet. And so I just took his name.
mhm,
And I went with Carrie Lemlin. And I went from an 8 frequency right here
mhm,
to a 7 frequency.
mhm,
All of a sudden, see, look at all these mostly incompatibles. I went from an 8 to a 7 right here. I
mhm,
suffered. I was talking to the same people a
mhm,
day later after I got married and came back, and all of a sudden my vibrational frequency shifted dramatically. The worst, whenever somebody is a 7 frequency, look at all these mostly incompatibles.
mm.
Oh, this is
Okay.
just people, they just don't follow me. They just wouldn't follow me.
Mm,
I added
mm,
my S back
mm,
and I became an 8 again, right in my
mm,
comfort zone. Look at 6. Look at what
mm,
happens to you, my dear, when you become a 6.
mm,
One, 80% mostly compatible, 20% incompatible. 9,
mm,
finish each other's sentences.
mhm, mhm,
0, 80% mostly incompatible, 20%, and only 3 mostly incompatibles.
mhm,
As a woman who is selling your services and
mhm,
speaking to the masses, 6 is the strongest vibrational frequency you
mm.
can have.
Okay.
So by far, I highly recommend that
Okay.
you go. I don't know why this does this. I hate this. Hold on one second. I want to get over to the, um, I want to get over to, hold on. You can still see my screen? Can't.
Can see you, not the chart.
Okay, yeah. Let me bring this back again. I want to come, this is what I want to see. Why? Hold on. I want to go back to the Leslie A. Excel. So where
Okay.
did it go? Oh, it's because I'm here. Stop. I don't, this, the, oh, I'm gonna X out of this. Thank you. I'm over here. Get this out of here. I want this thing off. I'm trying to show you what Leslie A. Leslie A gives
Yeah.
you from Leslie Gould to
Hmm.
Leslie A.
Hmm.
Barkman is
Hmm.
by far the best frequency that you can have.
Okay.
Story.
And do I have to change that legally, or could I just change it on my?
Use it everywhere. Sign your checks that way. So you use Leslie Barkman anyways. Did you change it legally for
I
Leslie?
did. I did to Gould Barkman. I did. It's on my Social Security, whatever. I did it that way.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So let's look at this.
Okay.
Instead of using Gould, G, 7, 7 plus 5 is 3. I'm just saying instead of using your A from your middle name, maybe you
Mm-hmm.
could just use the G
Mm-hmm.
as a middle initial,
Mm-hmm.
which would be, so let's do this. Copy. Okay.
I thought I was just taking back my identity, but yeah.
Well, and I think what ends up happening is you don't understand what's
Yeah.
happening to where you are. All right. Hold on. All right. So if we made this instead of, we're going to make it a G. I can do this really quickly
Okay. Yeah.
and I can let you see and you can, the fact that it's legal,
Yeah.
says that you really want to. So we're going to clear these contents.
Mm.
We're gonna, G is a 7. This is a 7. So you go 57, which is 12 and 3, which is fine. So you lose the 6. You lose a 3. You lose another 3, 2, and you lose one of these. Okay. So this becomes clear. No fill, no fill. This becomes 6, 8, becomes 2, and you become physical and emotional, which is not a problem because
Hmm.
you're well aware. And so let's see where you got sixes in your chart already. So 6 is a non-issue. 6, 8 is a non-issue. Let's see if it changes anything else. 33, it's a 6. Interesting. So that becomes a master number.
Hmm.
And then this is 6, which is beautiful. That's beautiful. That becomes a 9, which is beautiful. Leslie G, I'm going to show you what it means. Okay, so 6 is obviously the best.
Yeah.
3 is not bad. 3 is not bad at all. Look at the difference. Okay, so 6 is over here. So you have 2 mostly compatible, 8 instead of 9, mostly compatible. That's where they finish your sentences.
Mhm.
2 80/20s and 1 mostly incompatible. 3 is not bad at all.
Okay.
Instead of using Gould, just use
Yeah. Okay. Well, that would also just make it easier. So, okay. And I like it. That feels good. It feels it's a nod to who I am without having but also kind of like that's all I need right there.
That's
Um,
all you need. Now, if
yeah.
you ever get to the point where you wanted to change it completely, you could bring the A back in, but it's not necessary because
Okay.
you're going with a good vibration. You
Yeah.
really don't want to. I'm telling you, this one, when you added Gould in there, go
Hmm.
back and
Mm.
realize because there was something that happened to the way that you can communicate with others. And
Yeah.
you're going to find, and 3 is perfect for you because
Yeah.
this 3, when you become a 3 and
Mhm.
you are a 3 and you're challenged in your threes, what it does is it softens the effect of the challenge.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
the best
Per-
vibrational frequency. I would just make
Yeah.
it G.
Yeah. Now that feels exactly like what I need. Like I do know when it's right, I feel it. It's just like, the decisions
That's
I
why
get
when
stuck
I
in my
said
head.
the A and
Yeah.
you didn't want that, I'm like, okay, well, let's
Yeah.
let's keep looking at this. Let's keep
Yeah.
looking at this because this makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So here we go.
Okay.
So your name, oh, I want to tell you about your cycle year as well.
Okay.
Okay. From your birthday, which
Yep.
just happened.
Yep.
Last year was year 1 of a
That's
9-year
right.
cycle, new
Yep.
beginning. Now
Yep.
you're in year 2.
Yep.
What's year 2 mean? Starting to put some foundation underneath what you're working on.
Okay.
What do
Now,
you
what about connection? I always thought of, and you're the expert. But is there anything to do with connection with it too? Or is that,
Two's all about emotions. Two's all
emotion?
about connection. Two's
Okay.
all about communication. Two's
Okay.
all about interaction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
we do things in 9-year cycles.
Yep.
So what's the new beginning from last year? And it's from your birthday to your birthday. It's not a calendar year.
Right, right. And I do pay attention to that. And I was aware of my last year and really was very
Start
aware and wanting to
code.
leave stuff behind and do a lot of healing. So last year, I mean, I really stepped into the codes. That's what changed and it changed my practice for the better and everything kind of came together. I kind of finally knew who I was and I could get rid of all the things that I was, you know, the confusion and the I'm not sure and try to make something unique here, but I'm not this and I'm not that. So now I feel much more sure of who I am. And that happened in my 1 year. Yeah.
There you go. And that's exactly. So now what you're going to be doing is you're going to be getting yourself in a better place where
Hmm.
you are going to start building a foundation underneath it. So you're moving
Okay.
in this. So 2 is a year of building a foundation around
Hmm.
what you're doing. So you've made this new move and you're building. You're building.
Hmm.
You're putting
Hmm.
structure, you're putting things in place. 3 is the year of having fun. Remember threes, you've got to bring light in and being social, talking about it.
Hmm.
People are very attracted to threes. And now that your vibrational frequency is a three,
Mm,
be social, be light, it's the epitome of a wonderful consultative salesperson.
mm,
Consultative salespeople want to build relationships. They want to have fun. They want to do fun things. Okay. That's
mm,
three. Four goes back to getting organized. That means keeping your business, getting your books in order, doing things methodically so that you
mm,
can do as you're growing your business, you can do it with ease,
mm,
automation, those kinds of things.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
5 year of new beginnings.
mm,
So
mm,
that means, okay, I am on this journey with the code.
mm,
I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna take it a little differently. It's a new beginning. It's a little bit of a shift. New beginnings can happen in year 5. Okay, and
mm,
it's freedom, adventure, fun.
mm, mm,
6 is the year of being responsible,
mm,
taking responsibility.
mm,
It's also knowing the difference between you being responsible and taking responsibility from others.
mm,
So one of the lessons of year 6 is to not take responsibility for things that are not yours. It's
mm,
all about having really good boundaries, having good balance, a
mhm,
nice work-life balance.
mhm,
6 is
mhm.
all about balance.
Okay.
Year 7 is all about introspection. What's
Okay.
working, what's not working. It's not asking anyone out there. It's all about you.
Mhm,
Is
mhm,
this working? Isn't this working? What do I need to do? I like this. I don't like this. I want to do less of this.
mhm,
Year 8 is the year of reaping rewards
mm,
for all the work that you've done. You
mhm,
get to reap the benefit of the rewards. And 9 is the culmination of the 9-year cycle. It's the ending at the end, and the next 6 months is about planning for the new beginning.
mhm, mhm,
New beginnings happen in year 1, 5, and 9. There are times where if you wanted to strategically change your business and if you're in year 7, I would absolutely say do not do that.
mm,
Keep
mhm,
your research going, understand where you want to go. It's not the year to turn around and do that. There's certain years that are good. They're for making changes. There's other years that are absolutely not. And if you push through,
mm,
it's not a good thing.
mm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense.
What kind of questions do you have for me? Because it's all in here. It's all in.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we got your name right. And it's a perfect thing too, because you knew
Mm-hmm.
as
Mm.
soon as you came with the Leslie G, you went, that's it.
Yeah. 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 I did know. I felt it. Yeah. Yeah. And I do have that ability. I know. It's just when I'm talking to myself, that's when it starts to I get in my head, but I do know. Um,
You do,
okay,
definitely.
yeah. Well, all right. And anything about, money and of course, I'm sure everyone wants to know this, but um, you
That's
know,
manifestation. That's the manifestation part. Remember
mm,
when you were challenged in your eights, second
mhm,
phase? So his
mhm,
money was probably a challenge in phase 34 to 43.
mhm. Okay. I mean, it's always been a challenge. It always has felt, you know, um, you know, for a long time, scarcity mindset. I don't feel like I have that anymore. I feel like something has shifted in me.
Good.
I'm open, I'm ready. Um, and I mean, maybe I'm sure my name has something to do with it, but attracting more clients, making more money. And it's, me and my partner too, and maybe a little bit of looking into that. I don't know if you can, but
What's the name?
because we've both had that challenge for years and
What's your
uh
partner's name?
it's Lee. He goes by Lee W. Goss, Goss.
And what's his birthday?
Uh, June 14th. Wait, June or July? Oh crap. All of a sudden I'm forgetting. Bastille Day. Believe it's he's Cancer. So June 14th? Is it June?
Well, it could be, no, that would be Gemini, so it's July.
It is July. Okay.
July 14th. What do you
65, 1965.
Okay, let me just Google this real quick, make sure we're right on Bastille Day.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. You know how all of a sudden it's like, whoa, where'd it go?
Let's see what they say.
Okay.
Yeah, it's July. Yeah.
Okay.
And I do know, and I am aware that July 14th is Cancer,
Okay.
right? So here you
Yeah.
are, you're gonna be what did I say? You're gonna be a three. You're gonna be a three, which is perfect.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna do a really quick. Well, you're gonna be a three, but let's just see how that works
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Okay, and his name is Lee, Lee. And his
Leew.
birthday is 7, and his day is 14/5. So we've got 14/5. We got a little bit of that karma in there. And his
Mm.
destiny, let's see, 65, 11, and 21 is a 3. So he's got 7, 5, 3. So he's got 2, 2, 0. Oh, interesting. 4. So he's got challenges in his twos. I'm gonna look at this right here. So his destiny is 7, 5. He's a master number. He's a 33/6.
Mm.
He's he's playing a big game. His 2, 2, 0, 4. I didn't look at his missing numbers. I didn't look at his karma. Let me just see his cycle year. 7 and 5 is 3. So he's in year 3, which isn't bad for you. Let me just look real quick and do his name
Okay.
so I can get his expression for you. Does he ever use his middle initial?
Yeah, he pretty much does generally
All
use it.
right. So it's good to know. So his Lee W. LeeWGOSS. How long you been together?
Let's see, about 15 since 2010, so 15, 16
Nine,
years almost. Yeah.
14. All right, let me go back to
And
65.
he signs with W, but he doesn't talk to people and say I'm Lee W. Goss. He says Lee Goss, but he signs Lee W.
W is a 5.
Okay.
And let me just look at here, see what the overall is here. Just doing the back of the napkin kind of thing. Okay. Oh,
Mhm.
beautiful. He should continue to use his W because his W is a 6. The W adds has him be a 6, so it's not a
Mm.
problem. The W is a 5, which would make him a 1. We don't want to do that. So Lee W, I
Mm.
would encourage him to use the Lee W.
Hmm.
Goss. The Oh my goodness. That's Yeah, he's a 33/6 in his name and his so he's an old soul.
Mm.
He's an old soul.
Hmm. Hmm.
His challenges, his lifelong challenges is 0. Zeros are everything or nothing. Does he have a
Mm.
charmed life or did he have a challenged challenge?
Challenged. Yeah, could have been charmed, but his parents kind of sabotaged him in many ways. Yeah,
Hmm?
many ways.
Yeah,
It's been hard. Yeah,
and I can
yeah.
see he's here to get some big things. You know what else is nice too, Leslie, is that he has 8s in his chart and he has 8s in his pinnacles, which helps you because you're the manifestation part of it. You had it as a challenge. That's where the money thing comes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he wants to, is he more financially stable?
Well, not in the last 10 years. When I met him, he was climbing the ladder and he was doing very well. And then he he made a choice to leave that job, and he's been struggling ever since. And I don't that choice did not come from a well thought out place.
Oh,
And,
because
and
I can see wealth in his past.
yeah, yeah. Well, he was again headed there, and he grew up. His father was a professor, so they were comfortable. But both his parents just burdened him and sabotaged him, basically. And he's just been on a downhill kind of phase for a while. He's starting to do a little bit better. Um, health issues too.
Oh dear.
Um,
Oh dear,
yeah.
dear. Well, you guys are mostly compatible. You guys are in a really good cycle.
Okay.
There's a 4 there, and there is a 5 there. All right. And then there's a 5 and then a 4. Interesting. You guys are consistent as the day is long here.
Wow.
And I
Okay.
can see why the attraction here. So that's 18:9. Oh, there's deep love and there's
Mhm.
deep 18:9 is unconditional love. And
Mhm.
that's what you guys are looking at for an outcome.
Mhm.
You're learning and teaching each other, learning by doing. You guys are going through stuff together and you're learning through the school of hard knocks.
Yeah, yeah, we are.
In more ways than one, because you've got 4 and 5 and 4 and 5. So learning and teaching each other. Remember, I talked about 5 wants freedom, 5 wants adventure, but 5 feels trapped, like there
Right,
are no choices. And
right.
4 learns by doing, and it's through adversity. So both of you are here, and you're both working on it in a emotional, your circumstances, as well as how you think. So what's
Mhm.
really important for you both is to change your mindset and
Mhm.
to not
Mhm.
look at things like absolutes,
Mhm. Mhm.
everything, nothing, this is bad, or labels, right? It's
Mhm.
all about tapping into your higher self,
Mhm.
looking for creative solutions,
Mhm.
asking
Mhm.
your guides from the light, and your angels to intervene and help you, to
Mhm.
guide you for your greatest and highest good. Because what you guys are out here to achieve is nothing short of miraculous.
Mhm.
Nothing short of miraculous. So you both want freedom beyond
Mhm.
words, and you're gonna get it being together. And then,
Mhm.
of course, you got 36, you got 9 and 9, which is the humanitarian.
Mhm.
There's such a balance
Mhm.
between who you are. And like I said, unfortunately, life has kind of dealt you some challenges and him some challenges as well.
Yeah.
However, you're very compatible and you're very good for each other. And
Wow.
you
Okay.
present a good solid foundation for each other. And attainments are that unconditional love, like
Mhm.
unconditional love.
Mhm.
And then the freedom and the adventure and things like that.
Mhm.
And then, of course, the humanitarian times two. Anytime numbers repeat, it's just unbelievable.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's pretty darn cool.
Okay. Well, we're kind of cleaning up our act. I mean, I'm leading the way lately just because we went through a long phase of just, arguing, or he kind of cycles sometimes with mood stuff and will give me a hard time, and the habit is to always go into it and argue about it and make him say, and now I'm literally just
Hmm.
I'm letting him, and I'm learning now to just, what choice do I have here? And so he's starting to see more of his own stuff because I'm not getting involved as much. And so
That's
things are
wonderful.
shifting and changing. And I'm glad it's that you're reading what you read, because sometimes I'm not sure, because he could be so stubborn and it could feel kind of a little like, old patterns with my ex-husband. But then I realized, okay, I'm doing something that's perpetuating that pattern. So I've changed my reaction, my response.
Exactly, exactly. And
Yeah.
you are very good for each other. And I can tell you that there are certain areas. It's the school of hard knocks. Things
Yeah.
are happening for you, not to you. So the
Yeah.
fact is, when something comes out of the left field and it doesn't feel good, and whether it's health or whatever, it's a warning. It's
Yeah.
a signal. It's a signal saying, hey, pay attention here. Pay
Yeah.
attention here. This is important and you need to pay attention. You don't have to make it wrong, You
Yeah.
don't have to make it right. I'm going to tell you a 33-6 is a very old soul. And a
Mm.
very old soul, the highs are high. I mean, high, and the lows are low.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
that happens, unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
It,
And his parents were both bipolar and so they and I always say to him, there's such extremes in him, and he ends up with the same issue a lot
well,
of
what he
times.
has to understand is that is their past, not his. And he
Hmm.
gets to define where he is
Hmm.
and how he chooses. Sometimes people say, I did nothing because I had no choice. I say, doing nothing
Hmm. It's a
is
choice.
choice.
Right.
So that's what ends up happening. So no, he's a powerful soul. And if
Mm.
he's in a negative place, what he needs, and of course, 33, remember you with your threes? He's
Hmm.
got two threes. And
Mm.
33s are very spiritual. Is he spiritually aware?
He is in his own way. Yes. He doesn't talk about it a lot. He accepts what I do, and he has his own kind of relationship. Yeah, he does.
Very interesting. Very interesting because I think there's more there for him that
Mm.
he could do
Yeah.
in that regard. He has to start looking at his life as a play.
Mm. Mm.
Like he needs to put himself like in the director's chair
Hmm.
as opposed to embodying it all. It's meant to show him something.
Hmm.
It's meant to show him something. And if he's not taking the opportunity to be objective about it, he's not getting the message.
Hmm.
He's not getting the full impact of the intention of
Okay.
the message.
Right.
He,
Well, it's yeah, it's challenging for him to look at things. I'll often say, just step back, look at, little introspection, look at the situation. He just kind of that, just keep going. He's a little reluctant to look at things.
yes, well, and the thing is, what he has to do, because he's got that 14-5. That 14-5 is really colored his life from age midlife
Hmm.
is till age 57. He's only 60. So
Right.
he's had this for a long time where he looks like he has no choice. He
Mm.
wants the freedom, but he has no choice. He feels
Yeah.
like he has no choice. So what he has to do is get the glass half full.
Mm.
Look at things from a different perspective.
Hmm.
He can't go positive, at least go neutral.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right? So the first step from being negative is to go neutral
Hmm.
and then see if you can see the beauty of it
Hmm.
in the lesson, in the awareness that you have. Um,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
very good. Well, I
Hmm.
can see what you're here to obtain. And the negativity, it requires a shift in his perspective.
Hmm.
And if he could connect with his higher self or guides, or
Hmm.
even do meditation, Leslie,
Hmm. Yeah.
breathing, just breathe. And listen, you don't have to say, it's not Om in the corner, with incense. It could just
Right.
be putting your feet flat on the ground.
I encourage him to do that all the time. He needs
Yeah.
to do that. And yeah.
He does listen. You
Yeah.
may not feel like he does, and you
Mm.
are good for each other. You really are
Okay.
good for each other,
Okay.
which is a good thing.
That is good to know.
And
Um,
and the other thing that you need to do is if he's reminding you of your ex-husband,
mm,
there's some emotional cords to disconnect from.
okay.
And there's probably some forgiveness that you can
Mm,
have in that area. So
yeah. 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 Okay. I came really far this summer. Our daughter got married, and I had to do a lot of work because I was going to see him, and I never see him. I've avoided him for years, and I just magically did okay. There's a picture of the two of us smiling and goofing around. I'm like, if you told me we would ever have a picture like that, I would have said you're crazy. So there a lot of healing happened. His wife
Good.
actually helped. Yeah, it was interesting. Um, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So that's kind of all right, but I can look into that. The chords.
Yes,
Okay, I hadn't. All right.
definitely
Well,
do that.
time to do that. Yeah.
That's the way to do it and
Okay.
continue. And I can actually help. I could do his full entire chart and I could do the details of all of that,
Mm-hmm.
which would be probably very good to have
Yeah.
that in
Okay.
as well.
I will mention it to him. Yeah, because also, money again, that is,
Yeah, yeah.
I hate to say it, but that is so much of
Focus. I
our
get it.
focus, our working, our struggle, our need.
Yes. And what I'm
So
what I'm going to tell you too is that in every circumstance, every situation where you are,
Mhm,
there is a solution.
mhm,
If you're focused on the situation, you can't
mhm,
see the solution.
mhm, mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
So if you're enveloped with the overarching
mhm,
impact of lack,
mhm,
you cannot be open to alternatives and opportunity.
mhm,
And so it's just asking. I connect with my higher self. I connect with my spirits, my guides from the light, and
mhm,
I ask them. I've been doing this now for over a week now, where I'm asking them to be in partnership with me because my intention is my greatest and highest good to be
mhm,
here to do the best job that I can do, and I empower them to put opportunities in front of me
mhm,
to help me
mhm,
because they can't help unless you ask them for help.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay. Yeah. All right. I did a session recently with Kenzie, Dr. K. We were doing an exchange also, uh and I really connected, and I feel like since then I have felt my guides with me. And I mean, I talk to them all the time, but I think that's
But do you
and I'm
ask
noticing
them?
opportunity.
Do you
Yeah.
ask them to help?
I do, I do.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
And I think my road is my path feels a little clearer. In fact,
Yes.
to these things, Lee tends to be a little bit of a money sieve and a saboteur of his own stuff, and that's what's happened over the last few years. So, yeah, so
Natural
yeah,
consequences,
yeah,
volumes.
yeah,
He needs to be responsible.
yeah,
33-6, and when he's in his six is about taking responsibility.
yeah, yeah,
It's not for things that are not yours, but being responsible.
yeah, yeah. That's coming up a lot too. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Wow. All right. Cool.
I can send
So
you your full chart, and I'm so glad we got to the G.
I
And
know
G. So you
that,
gotta change it. You gotta change it on your
um,
Zoom. Go
I
with
know
Leslie G.
I,
Barkman.
I know. How do I do that?
I think you click, let's see, if the
You
dots
know,
in your picture, I think if you go to the three dots,
the three dots in
uh,
my,
you see the square where your face
yeah.
is
Oh,
there,
here.
yeah, go to the three dots.
Interesting. And you view profile,
Yeah,
maybe?
you can
And
probably
you do it there.
edit your profile. Yeah,
Okay.
you can probably click in there and put your
Hmm.
name. You'll have
Well, it doesn't look like it's this way, but I'm gonna have to play with
play
it.
with it. Play with it.
Ugh, okay. Well,
So there's a
technology and
thing that
yeah.
says rename. It says
Really?
yeah,
Uh,
on the bottom of
okay.
that in those three.
Well, maybe that's just on you because it's yours. Oh, there.
Yeah,
Huh. All
click on.
right. I'll start there. Now, this, okay, but this is just for you. I don't, that's, it's not going to change me across the board. Maybe it will. Oh, okay.
Well, see, there you go.
Wow. Okay.
That
I
feels
think,
better.
It does. And I think some will be easy to do and some will be a little challenging. So I'm
So
going to have
change
to,
your business cards,
yes. Okay.
social media, website.
Yeah.
When you introduce people, Leslie G, not Gould.
Okay.
Leslie G. Barkman. That's it. And then people can call you Leslie, no problem, but
Yeah.
you're being known when you sign your checks,
Right.
Leslie G. That's it, Leslie G. Barkman.
Okay. It feels like I just got rid of some weight. That's what it feels like.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it's supposed
Yeah.
to feel like.
And I'm very clear, sentient. It's I feel everything. So that's very much. It's a immediate response like, oh, ah,
Leslie, I can't tell you. When I talk to people, I'll talk to them all these years later and they'll say, Carrie, I use my middle initial. I don't
yeah.
use my middle initial. And it's
Yeah.
they tell me
Yeah.
all the time.
It's so unbelievable. Whoa. I mean, really, it really does.
Isn't it amazing? When
And it
it's dramatic though, because
yeah.
what you went from the
Yeah.
one to the three is
Yeah.
significant. Watch
Yeah.
your business. Your
All righty.
business, I'm telling you,
Okay. I'm gonna be changing everything
it's
soon
good.
as quickly as possible. Wow. And it also feels like a what took you so long moment also, like that just that, that feeling like duh, what took you so long? Yeah. Okay. Like
There
my
you go.
guides were waiting for me to do this. Okay. Yeah, I really do feel different.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm glad I was able to
Okay.
do that for you.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, thank you. My goodness. All right. I look forward to listening to that and getting
And
and
I'll send you the recording. I will send you
okay.
the recording.
Thank you. All right. All right. So now let me show you what I do. Okay. So do you know anything about the body code, emotion code? I can't remember.
So yeah, I had a friend who was in Vancouver who we did a few sessions.
Okay.
We were
And was
both
it emotion and body and belief, or was it just one, or do you have any?
she did an app and she had certain things and she
Yeah.
could do certain things. She was getting rid of heart wall and things like that.
Things like that. Okay. So, all right. So I am certified in emotion code, body code, and probably January I'm going to start the belief code, which I'm so excited about. And so you've seen the chart. Do you want, like I could show it to you a
Let's
little
do it.
bit?
Let's just
Let's just do
review.
it. Okay. So
Let's
what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my phone because the way it comes up on here,
sure.
it doesn't fit the screen, so it's a little harder to do. So just so you're going to tell me what it is you'd like to focus on, what's the loudest for you right now as far as that surgery, what's coming up. Or we can just ask, what is for your greatest and highest good and what do you need right now? But
So the health and wellness, I think, is something, it's
mhm,
definitely taken a focus
mhm,
and a redirection of my business.
mm,
And I really feel like this pause
mhm,
is
mm,
good because I'm going to be focusing on really spending 100% on my business. Right now, I'm taking care of an elderly gentleman, and I have
mhm,
been for the last 2.5 years.
mm,
We lost his wife last year, so I was taking care of both of them, and now I'm taking care of him. I feel like it's not going to last forever. And
mm,
I've been doing my other, my numerology, my classes. I have all my content and things like that. So
mhm,
creating that revenue stream,
mhm,
where I'm focusing and I'm allowing my business to support me
mhm,
is a leap of faith
mhm, mhm.
and definitely the direction I am moving in.
Okay, okay. And so the caretaking, is it a paid job where you've been
Yeah.
caring? Okay, okay. I've done a lot of that too in building, side by side with building my practice. Okay, and the health and wellness, and what comes up about the surgery. I know, it sounds like you go right to great. I have time. This is perfect. It's perfect timing. I'll just, take
Yep.
advantage of this time, right? But
Yes.
we can check in and make sure there's no.
There's a little bit of fear, I think, around the pain,
Okay.
because she's made it clear. And then I went for a second opinion, and he kind of said, she said 4 weeks.
Mm,
She's doing the surgery on Tuesday. When I went to Boston, he said more like 4 to 8 weeks.
mm,
Like no
mm,
housework, no,
mm,
like you're not. And I'm very physically active. I mean,
mm.
I'm in a good place, like weight wise in my life where I've been heavier, but I'm really in a good place weight wise. I could, but I don't want to lose muscle mass because I'm in bed kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Right. So speedy, and of course this kind of work can help speed along recovery. And there's probably other things you and other people that can help you as well. But it really can. I mean, it's like really amazing with physical stuff. It just
Yep.
moves, you can really move through things. Um, okay, so let me tune in
Okay.
and then we'll muscle test and see what's the best thing to do. First, second, third, all of that. What's the priority? Okay, here we go. And set your intention.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So I'm talking to subconscious, but also to you. It's a three-way conversation. So just jump in. So I'm here with Carrie today. We want to know what we want to work on a few things. There's a health and wellness, particularly about the surgery or upcoming surgery. There's a little bit of fear about the pain and a little bit of concern about how long it'll take for her to recover. So is that something is that highest priority today? Not the highest. Okay. Then there's the other issue with redirecting in your business. I wrote it down here, but I don't know what the word was.
Spiritual
Um,
practice, incorporating the spiritual practice.
Incorporating spiritual practice, right? Go 100% in. She knows there'll be a pause after surgery where she's going to have to rest. And so her next focus is to really be 100% in and to make this her business, fully supportive, be fully supported by it with her classes, etc. Create a revenue stream that allows her business to support herself. It's a leap of faith. Is that number one priority? Is that it? Okay. Can we do both? Are they connected? No. Okay. So we'd like to spend whatever the first 20 minutes or so on how many minutes? More than 15, about 15? Okay. To on that, and then to go and talk about the fear and how to speed along that recovery and anything else that would be helpful with this surgery, this upcoming surgery. Okay. So um so let's see. So what are there let me just ask about how you feel about it. Do you, Carrie, believe that your business can support you fully? Okay, no. All right. Are you ready to let go of your caretaking business? No. Okay. And is there a reason? Okay. Is it fear? No. Is it doubt? Doubt. Okay. So we've got some doubt. Let me just make some notes here. Okay. Um, do you believe it's possible? Do you believe it's possible? Okay, so there's a little bit of that doubt here. Now, sometimes when people are like, yes, I want this, but the subconscious is no, I don't. I often go through this, what I call the 6 questions to just get to see where you're at. So the first one is, as far as creating a business that sustains you and being all in to your beautiful, healing spiritual business, um, do you give permission for this healing energy to go to, do you give me permission to work with your energy in order to resolve this? Yes. Okay, good. Do you give me permission? Do you give the healing energy permission to go around any resistance you have? No. Okay, so there's some resistance there. Um, and are you willing to release any benefits you might be getting from not being all in? Okay, no. So we're getting that. So we're not willing to let go of benefits. So this is 2 and 3. And do you give permission to manifest a greater level of healing than you believe is possible regarding this issue? Yes, you do. Okay. And do you choose to accept all levels of benevolent healing for the greatest possible improvement at this time, as far as this goal of making this being 100%? Yes, good. And are you 100% in alignment with having a thriving spiritual practice that supports you? No. Okay. So some yes, some no. So question two, three, and six. So, all right. So we want to remove that resistance. Um, resistance. Okay. So how many imbalances to get to a yes? I'm willing to go around any resistance I have about having a thriving practice. How many? More than one? More than two? So just two. Okay. And here they are. Body code. Yes. All right. So I'm in the body code. So it's a misalignment and it's a meridian. Extraordinary.
What's the name of my
Girdle.
business?
What?
My business name is Be Extraordinary.
I love it. Okay, well, here we are in extraordinary meridian. Okay, is this correct? One, two, meridian trading, girdle, left, right, associated balance. Okay, we're just going to realign girdle meridian. And just notice whatever you feel in your body.
I
Okay,
feel movement. I feel
and
movement.
you feel beautiful. Yep, and next, left, right, misalignment, meridian, extraordinary meridian. And these are the major ones, conception, governing, penetrating girdle. Girdle again. Okay. Is it another layer? Hang on. Is this correct? No. Let me do that again. Is there another one? Left, right, meridian, girdle. Okay. All right. So girdle, another layer. All right. And realign this layer of girdle meridian. Okay. And I always think of girdle. Girdle comes up a lot. It goes around the midsection and connects to the legs. So I always feel like it's very root chakra, survival stuff, and about moving forward because of the legs. Okay. Is there another imbalance? Okay. Let me ask again. Are you willing for this? Do you give permission for this healing energy to go around any resistance you have? Yes. Good. Number three, are you willing to release any benefits? No. How many imbalances to get to? Yes. More than one, more than two, more than three. So three. Okay. Misalignment. Meridian again. And meridians are about opening and creating flow. Girdle again. Okay. Realign. Girdle meridian. Okay. And often when these questions, it is often it's fascia and meridians most often because those are what's kind of we gotta we gotta take off that belt after Thanksgiving dinner and let you just kind of whew
Yeah.
before we can start to go into what's underneath it. There's a loosening that has to flow that has to happen. Soft tissue. Yep, here's fascia. Okay, and correct this fascial distortion. Okay, and that felt, wow, that's a big one.
I can feel it in my hands.
Yeah, yep.
You
I
feel it.
just,
Yeah.
yep. And I feel it a lot in my face for some reason
Yeah.
in the
I
left
felt it from my
side.
face all the way down to my hands.
There you go. Right. Big one. Okay. Because anything can create anything or cause anything. So if it's fascia and girdle and that's what feels best, okay, it's what your body needs. Okay. Girdle again. And realign girdle meridian. Okay, nope, didn't do it. Associated balance, nope, realign girdle meridian. This layer, realign it now.
Felt it that time.
Nope, it's still not going. So let me ask why. Hold on. So the reason why this isn't releasing. Yes. Left, no right. Okay. Meridian, girdle, left, right. Okay. Right. Associated balance. Nope. So realign right. Girdle meridian. And can we now realign the entire? No, are there more? All right. Sometimes it's like, no, there's no associated balances. And all of a sudden your subconscious is like, well, I guess there are maybe a few. Okay. So, all right. What else? And another meridian. Extraordinary again, which do come up a lot. Girdle again. All right. Is one side? No. Associated balance? No. Oh, okay. So realign. Let's see if this works. Girdle meridian. Okay, that did it. All right. And is there another? No. Anything deep, hidden, or underlying? No. And so do you give permission to release any the benefits you might be getting? No. Okay. So there's something about benefits here to not having a full, a thriving practice. Is there something else here going on? Okay. Any trapped emotions, any heart wall emotions? Okay. Are there more imbalances? Yes. And is there any reason why it's that this is particularly difficult? No. Just keep doing it. Okay. So next. Soft tissue. We got a gland, other gland, not a brain, not a female, adipose tissue. Associated balance. Nope. So let's realign adipose tissue. Realign it. Something else that we can do to help her release any benefits which you may be getting from not having this all in 100% thriving practice that sustains her. Anything else here? Soft tissue, fascia, associated balance. Nope. So correct this fascial distortion. Okay. And is there something else? Yes, left. And now we've got a toxin, environmental, carpet or furnishings. I know. Environmental. Okay. Agricultural. Associated balance. No. Release the energy of it and have your body remove it to its normal channels. That's a big one too. Mm. Mm. Something else left? Okay. Gland. Other. Pancreas. Okay, no associated balance, so realign. Pancreas. Okay. And next, no. So anything else? Anything deep, hidden, or underlying? Okay. Are you willing to release any benefits you may be getting from not having a 100% all-in thriving practice? Yes? Wait, 100%? No. Are there more? So this is tricky, right? I'm getting yes, and then I'm getting no.
Right.
Okay, so a little bit, there's more. Okay, good. Circuit or system. So it's slowly allowing us to go a little deeper
Nice.
here. Okay. And we're back to glands, adipose tissue. Realign adipose tissue. Again, another layer or another area. Okay, something else? Yes. Misalignment, soft tissue, fascia. Correct this fascial distortion in this area. Nope. Correct this fascial distortion in whatever area this is in. Correct it now. Okay, so that's not all right. And whenever I work with people, I'll stop, and I haven't until now, but if you're noticing anything coming up, any thoughts, words, phrases, feelings, sensations in the body, anything coming up for you?
Sensations, definitely. I'm sitting here with my hands wide open. I'm feeling all the energy. I'm feeling willingness, absolutely.
Hmm.
I'm feeling like that this is old.
Okay. So it's old and just backing up. So you're feeling, you're wanting it and you're wanting it. But is there anything that's kind of, how we're normally what happens is we're working and then sometimes all of a sudden someone like, I don't know why, but all of a sudden I'm thinking of my mother, or I don't know why, but all of a sudden the word such and such comes into my head, or something, or a specific feeling in the body, my throat's tightening up, things like that. You noticing anything like that that's just kind of coming up organically, that's
Belief.
not
Belief.
belief?
Yes.
Okay, so something about a belief. Okay. All right. So is this belief standing in the way? Okay, and is release somehow releasing the benefits, um, part of this belief? Okay. And is it just belief in what?
It's a limiting belief.
Okay.
It's a I can't.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So it's the I can't. Okay. All right. And is this I can't based on a belief? No. Is it based on fear? Yeah. Okay. Doubt, fear. There, our friend fear. Okay. So, and is it I can't? No. So it's saying it's
I
a
won't.
limiting belief.
How about I
I,
won't?
I won't. There we go. I won't. Yeah. Words, just like with numbers, words are so important. I ask a lot of questions and I switch words around a lot of times because it's got to be just right. Okay, so I won't. All right. And so what comes up around this? Just what comes up around that? I won't.
Resistance, um, depletion,
What
uh,
was the first word you said?
resistance,
Okay. Okay.
resistance, depletion, um, lack of freedom.
Okay. Lack of freedom. And lack of freedom in terms of what? In relation to what?
Like I want a choice. I want to choose
And in terms of what?
abundance. I want a life of extraordinary joy.
Okay. Extraordinary joy. And what would be different about, what's the difference between the life you have now and that life?
Um, permission, struggle. Um,
Okay.
so now it's hard and requires energy, and that would be freedom.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So freedom from struggle, yes. Freedom from deplete. So the depletion, what is the about yeah, what does the depletion mean?
It just requires so much energy. It just requires, and it's not my primary, it doesn't feel good to me.
Mm,
It just robs me of the opportunity to live in joy.
mhm. And when you say
It as in my current employment situation.
employment, got it. I understand. Um, okay, okay. So does she want to be free of her current employment situation? Yes. Does it deplete her? Yes. Um, but is there also resistance? Yes. Um, and let's see. Do you give yourself permission to not struggle? No. Okay. Is there part of you that believes that you have to struggle? Okay, like a lot of us, right? So is struggle somehow intertwined with the benefits? Yeah, how the subconscious, works. Um, so there's this something about struggle that is causing some
Choice,
subconscious.
having no choice.
Having no choice is what the struggle is, what that represents.
Yeah, having no choice. So I'm waiting for him to choose, and he
Mhm.
won't.
Waiting for your client to choose what? To
Cross,
choose what?
crossing over.
Oh, so he is
50 years
like
old, wants,
hospice.
yeah, he's not
Uh,
hospice yet,
no.
but
Okay.
we're on the brink.
So kind of a waiting. Oh, wow. Okay. So, and this is intertwined with the benefits. Interesting. So you're not willing to release the benefits of not having a successful practice. Okay. Um, and this benefit has to do with it being his choice. Hmm.
Waiting for his choice.
Waiting for his choice. Exactly. Waiting for him. And
It's like, yeah, make
is
a
there some part of you then that it helps? Is there an avoidance? Yeah. So it's sort of like waiting for him is we can still put this on the horizon. It's not right here. You know what I mean? And because it's scary. So
It's all up to
it
him.
it's kind of a benefit. Exactly. And every time it's like a truth or whatever, I get a chill up my left leg. So and up into my body. So there's something about, okay. So what can we do about this predicament here where it's um she's waiting on him to make the choice, but she's also considering it. This is part of not letting go of the benefits. Okay, so what's going on here? That's all we got to say. What's going on here? Left toxin. We want her to get her out of this stuck place here. Um, now, I mean, do you have, as long as he's alive, does that mean you can't do what you want to do at what we're talking about?
Going to leave him until
That's
he
right.
passes.
That's right. Okay. Okay. So now
I'm
can we,
his reason for joy right now. And
mm,
I have this surgery, and it's going to keep me from him for 4 to 8 weeks.
ah,
And I am wondering if this is going to be the last I see him.
mm, okay. 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 And is that bothering her right there about the last time? Okay. So, and is this intertwined with her fear of surgery at all? Okay. So now we're kind of getting a little bit like it's all kind of coming together and we can, jump off and do whatever we want to here. So, um, is this beyond the benefits? Okay. Is this now stepping into the surgery and she does it and the time she has off? She may not see him again. And is she corded to him? No. Okay. Is she very connected to him? Yes. Okay. So what would be in her best and highest good? Let's just say that to get her out of this stuck place to allow it to be more of her choice. Well, what would you, as far as that, you don't know, he might pass without you. What does that bring up for you? That whole idea
One
with
of
that.
the, so every day when I go in to see him and he's sleeping,
Mhm.
I check to see if he's actually passed.
Mm, mhm.
And I feel like if he did, I'd be like, good for you.
Okay. And so good. And then would that give you the freedom? Yes. And once he has passed, would she then be able to release the benefits? Okay, there'd still be something else there. But would that then put the choice in her hands? Would she be in the driver's seat? Would she feel free? Yes, all those things. Okay, so it's more ready to create her practice. Okay, so is what's standing in the way primarily him? Okay, all right. Well, what would be beneficial here for her? And going into surgery, she's taking all this with her, it sounds like, right? This is really there. So what can we just do about this burden she's carrying right now? Waiting for him to pass, he should, he ought to, and also until he does, she can't go all in. And she's going to worry with her surgery, she'll be gone. So there's a lot going on here, a lot of responsibility to him, and a little bit of clinging to the situation because the next step has a little fear in it. Okay. So all of this, can we take care of all this? Okay, good. Left, circular system, gland. So we're addressing sort of all of that. Brain gland. Yes. How can we break through this? Amygdala, associated balance. No. So realign amygdala. Okay. Next, most important, helpful, beneficial thing we could do here to free her of this situation so she can see it from a more powerful place. Fascia. Okay, and correct this fascial distortion in this area. And in freeing her of this, also helping the surgery, less fear about the surgery, just being able to take care of herself, looking forward to going all in about her practice. Governing meridian, realign, governing meridian. What else is most helpful here? Circular system, gland, and adipose tissue again, and realign adipose tissue. Something else we can do here, and also just still addressing those benefits that we want to be able to release the benefits of not having that successful thriving practice. Can we add that in at the same time? Okay, good. Left, right, misalignment, soft tissue, fascia. And we could ask each time with fascia, it'd probably be in a different area or the different layer of a particular area. We don't need to know. So just correct this fascial distortion. It's a lot twisted up in here. Ooh, okay. Good one. Okay. Next, energy, reverberation, emotional reverberation. So that means there's an energy that's still like you're bearing a bell of the emotion of whenever, and it's still reverberating. And we can even find out the age if your subconscious wants us to. Is it A, odd, even? 2A, 4A, 6A. Humiliation, jealousy, longing, lust, overwhelm. Well, this feels like an overwhelming situation. That's a lot to carry and a lot and waiting. It's a weird kind of position to be in, right? Overwhelmed. And can we get an age? Does it matter? It doesn't matter. Okay. Just can we associated balance? No? Can we release it? All right. Just release the reverberation of overwhelm. Release this reverberation. Nope. Let's do it again. Release the reverberation of overwhelm. There it goes. Okay. Something else? Anything else? Okay. Anything deep, hidden, or underlying? Any heart wall emotions? Any trapped emotions? Okay. What's coming up for you now about what we just talked about? What do you notice that's different? And what might be coming up?
It's reminding me of my youth when I was put in charge. I was responsible and I felt powerless.
Mm-hmm.
And it robbed me of my joy
Mm-hmm.
and it felt overwhelming.
Okay, there it is. All right. So this feeling she's having, what she just said, she's feeling like remembering it had her youth, putting her in charge, responsible, powerless, robbing her of her joy and overwhelm. Okay, what's causing these feelings? Toxin, environmental, agricultural. We don't need to know what it is, no associated balance. So just release the energy of it and have her body remove it. Nice. Next, alignment. What's causing that memory to come up? What's in there? Why is she feeling that way right now? Girdle and realign girdle meridian. What else can we do? Circular system, gland, and adipose tissue again. And realign adipose tissue. What else can we do about this feeling that's coming up? Too much responsibility in childhood or in youth. Misalignment, soft tissue, fascia. Correct this fascial distortion. Something else we could do about this feeling of needing to be responsible at a very young age and the powerlessness and robbing her of joy and overwhelm. Meridian, penetrating meridian. That goes everywhere, so it's very powerful. Realign, penetrating meridian. Really open up those energy pathways. Beautiful. Next, alignment, meridian, main meridian, triple warmer, which when it's in balance is sort of our fight, flight, freeze, alarm, meridian, left, right, right, right. Associated balance. No, realign triple warmer, meridian, right. Something else? Yes, left, left, right. Meridian, I mean, not meridian, sorry, misalignment, meridian, main meridian this time. Okay, right. Actually, the last one was two. Small intestine, left, right, associated balance. No, realign. Small intestine meridian, right. Something else we could do here. Yes. Another misalignment. Meridian. Penetrating. Left, right, both sides, associated balance. No, realign. Penetrating meridian. Both sides. Big one. Okay. So what are you noticing now? What feels different? What's coming up?
I feel all the energy. I feel the energy in my hands. I do feel lighter. I
Okay.
feel um, optimistic.
Hmm. Okay. Nice. And let's see. And are you willing to release any benefits you might be getting from not having that flourishing practice? Yes. Nice. Okay. And now let's just address, are you at 100% alignment with having a full-time flourishing, um, sustainable practice, sustaining practice? No. How many balances to get to a yes? More than one, more than two, more than three. So three. Are there more? Is that accurate? Let's do it. Okay. Misalignment. Meridian. Girdle. Realign girdle meridian. Next, left, right, meridian, penetrating, realign, penetrating meridian, both sides. Nice. Another one. Misalignment, meridian, main meridian, pericardium, realign, pericardium meridian. Anything else? Anything deep hidden or underlying? Did we miss anything? Are you in 100% alignment with having a flourishing practice that can sustain you? No. Are there other imbalances? Yes. Okay. How many? More than one? Just one? Is that accurate? No. Okay. Um, what's coming up for you now? Anything?
There was a pain in my heart.
Okay. Okay.
Felt pressure and I felt pain in my heart.
Okay. Okay. So this pressure and pain. So what's going on? What's causing this pressure and pain in her heart a minute ago? This alignment, meridian, girdle, align girdle meridian. What else was causing that pressure and pain in her heart? Meridian, penetrating, realign penetrating meridian. Hmm, big one. Anything else about that pain and pressure? No. Anything deep hidden or underlying? Any heart wall emotions here? Trapped emotions. Okay. Um, and what's coming up now and what are you noticing?
A release, like I feel open. I still feel tender, but I feel open.
Okay, open and tender. So just a little tenderness in the heart. What's that about? Misalignment, soft tissue, fascia. Correct this fascial distortion. Something else about that tenderness? Any more? Okay, what are you noticing now right there?
It's still there.
Okay, so why is it still there? Is there a reason why is this tenderness something to address? Yes. What's causing this tenderness? It's not resolving. What's going on here? Why? Meridian and realign, penetrating meridian. And and now that would seem that there was like a little emotion with that last release. It felt, yeah. What are you noticing? What's coming up now?
That
Physical emotion.
grief, grief.
Yeah, yeah, that came up with some grief. So there's some grief here. Okay. Misalignment. What's this grief about? Meridian. And it's just going us these meridians. It's not going into programming or, a lot of emotions right now. It's fine. You don't have to figure it out. Okay, so realign, fertile meridian. That was not a full release. Okay, do we need to swipe again? No, is there something else? Any emotions, any programming, despair, anchor, defensive energy, seeking heart? No. Are there other imbalances? Or is there a heart wall motion? Is there a heart wall motion? Okay. Heart wall motion, yes. Trapped emotion, heart wall. No, no, no. Okay. So with with the grief, what do you what comes up with that grief? What's that about?
Being surprised, like it coming out of left field. Not
Hmm.
understand, like not seeing it coming and being overwhelming.
Hmm. Okay. And is there a specific situation? You don't have to tell me about it, but is it about a specific situation from the past, or is it now, or is it future, or
An accident that somebody had that caused them to end their life.
uh okay, so that time where you knew somebody who had an accident that caused them to
My stepson was in an
your steps.
automobile accident.
Oof. Okay, okay. So
That
there's
was
still so there's okay. So there's um all right. So what is this grief? We've connected it to this. Um, it was a surprise. It came out of left field. Didn't see it coming, and it was very overwhelming. and it was about her stepson, that accident. Okay. Is this still here? Okay. Are there imbalances? Are there trapped emotions? Okay. A, B, heart emotions, trapped emotions. A, B, odd, even. Yeah, what is causing this to be coming up, and how can we help resolve it? Depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, taken for granted, taken for granted. Okay, is that correct? And is this common? No. Shared, inherited, absorbed, preconception, prenatal, taken for granted from her mother, from her father. And do we need to know more about it? No. So release associated balance, release this prenatal taken for granted from you and your father. Another trapped emotion regarding this memory that's coming up, that's this grief. B, odd, even, 2B, 4B, 6B, pride, shame, shock. Okay, shock. And is it common, shared, absorbed, prenatal, preconception, inherited from mom, from dad? And did he inherit it? No. Did any of her children? No. Is there an associated balance? No. So just release this shock from you and your father and from anyone else who has it. Release this shock now. Oh, okay. And I felt a little sadness come up with that. Okay, is there another trapped emotion? A, B, even, 2B, 4B, 6B. Pride, shame, shock, unworthy, worthless. Okay. Common, shared, absorbed. Preconception, inherited, inherited. From mom, from dad. Did he inherit it from anyone? Is there an did her children? Okay. Anything else we need to know? All right. Release this worthlessness from you and your father and from anyone else who has it. Release this inherited worthlessness now. So another trapped emotion. Anything deep hidden or underlying? Is there a heartful emotion that is ready to be released? Is it ready to be released? Yes. For your best and highest good? No. Can we release it today? If we can find out why it's not for her best and highest good, can we release it today? Okay, it's not ready, and it may be there because it can't come down until this situation is over here. Um, and any imbalances concerning what just came up, this memory of her stepson and the accident that came out of nowhere. Any imbalances? Yes. Okay. That has to do with this grieving, grief feeling she's having. Meridian, extraordinary, penetrating. Okay, realign, penetrating meridian, both sides. Okay, and just a question, this grief that's coming up, is this connected to not being 100% aligned with the thriving practice? Okay, good. So we want to address both of those things, continue on, making sure we're connecting the dots there. Um, Meridian, girdle, realign girdle meridian. Beautiful. Misalignment, soft tissue, and correct this fascial distortion. Anything else? Did we miss anything? Anything deep hidden or underlying? Okay. What are you noticing?
Feeling better. I'm
Okay.
feeling like we're making some progress.
Okay. 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 And are you in 100% alignment with having this thriving practice that can sustain you? Yes. Yes. All right. Wonderful. And are you willing to release any benefits you may be getting from not having it? Yes. Yes. Okay. So chills, I'm getting chills. So that just means like a yeah. Okay. And is there anything else? Let's see. What is there something else? Well, what's coming up now since they're feeling better and lighter and there's progress. So just going back to thinking about the gentleman you're taking care of and the choice and it's up to him and I have to wait and the surgery, all of that we talked about. What is might be coming up now about that?
That it's not my responsibility.
Mm. Mm. Okay. And what then is different because it isn't?
Freedom, freedom.
So freedom. She feel free. Yes. Does she 100% believe it's not her responsibility? Yes. Okay. And is the and then what actions might be different or different choice? Where does does it feel like you feel like it's you still feel like it's his choice? Do you feel like it's your choice now? Okay. So and then what might be different then? What do you see as different moving forward then?
So what just opened up for me is
Hmm.
that I don't have to be responsible.
Okay.
I was taking responsibility for Jamie's life and
Hmm.
showing him how he was being reckless. And
Hmm.
I've been taking responsibility for Mateo's life
Hmm.
and giving him the options and asking him to choose or presenting the openness, taking care of him.
Hmm.
And now I release that
Hmm.
ownership. And this is tied to my father putting me in charge.
Interesting. Okay. Ooh, chills, crazy chills. Okay, in my legs, which always it's about like moving forward. Wow, big chills. Okay, and it may be your father actually. Is he alive? Is
Yeah,
he
he's still alive. He's
he's
89.
still alive? Okay. Okay, well maybe is there an ancestor? Okay, there's some kind of ancestor here because I get that. I get the chills in my body. Is this an offensive energy? No. Is it an ancestor? It is. Mother's side, father's side. Okay. And is it on her father's side? Is it her father? No. Is it her Is it Isn't it her father? Okay, it's gone. It came and went, but something came in and left. Okay. So what were they cheering you on? Yeah, cheering you on. All right. So you've got somebody in your father's lineage who's cheering you on. Um, Okay. And how about the fear? Is there still fear about the surgery? No. Okay. Now when you think about bringing the surgery to mind, what comes up now about it that might be different? No, just do it.
The way I've looked at the surgery is I chose the surgery
Hmm.
and I felt like it was allowing me the opportunity to step away from
Hmm.
Mateo to take care of myself, to
Hmm.
give him some space to be with his kids.
Hmm.
Um, my my knee-jerk reaction was they're not going to take as good a care of him as I did.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. And do you still feel that way? No. Do you feel like you can they that you
They,
can let
they
them
let
do
them.
whatever however they want?
Yes.
Let them. There's this book called Let Them that I'm reading, and it's all about this, the
Now,
let
now,
them.
Robin,
Yeah, exactly. So let them. Are you 100% willing to let them? Yes. Okay. And is there anything else here that is there any fear about the surgery? No. And is there anything we could do about speeding up the recovery time? Is there something there? No. And how do you feel about that recovery time now? You know what I mean? Like when it takes the time it takes, that kind of a thing. Just
most
in more an acceptance. Oh, wow. I can feel that difference. Yeah, doesn't matter anymore. Okay. Is there anything else we could do for Carrie right now to help, is there anything else in the way of her having a thriving practice? Okay, yes. So let's see. What, and it can't do everything today, not just for time wise, but your subconscious will bring it up in increments.
Mhm.
And I have until about 1:30, so we can just play a little bit more here.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so what might be in the way of this? Are you comfortable having a thriving practice? You are. Are you 100%? Are you more than 50? Yes, more than 60. So are you between 50 and 55, 55 and 60, more than 50? So you're about 55% comfortable um, with a thriving practice. And, I'm saying thriving, but, there are things that come up, right? So what the other 40, so there's 45% that's not comfortable. Okay. And what is that? And what comes up for you around that? Like, what could that be? And, you don't even have to know. We can just ask the subconscious. But does anything come up about that 45% of you that's not?
45%, it's just about being sustainable, right?
Mm,
Getting out there and having a broad enough reach and being sustainable.
right. Okay. Right. So it's the sustainability part. So, financially sustainable. Okay. And so how can so she's at 55% comfortable. So believing she can be, is that true? And is 45% believe she can't? Okay. Is it about belief? No. Is it about allowing faith? Okay. What is in the way? So she's not comfortable. Okay. So she's not comfortable. Part of her is not comfortable believing, yeah, believing that she can have a sustainable practice. Great. So it's about being sustainable. Okay. So what's in the way of her being 100% comfortable with knowing that she can, is it knowing? Yeah. Knowing that you can have, uh, that her practice will sustain her. What is in the way of her not being 100% comfortable? Girdle. Okay. Realign girdle meridian. Any trapped emotions, programming? No. Okay, next thing that's in the way. We want her to be 100% comfortable, just confident that she can have a practice that fully sustains.
Where are you? Did we lose you? Leslie? Leslie? Hello? Hello? Leslie, are you there? Leslie? She's gone.
And we've had internet stuff
Yeah,
too
it seemed like
lately.
you just froze.
Right. Uh-oh. Okay, it says reach. I can't even get into my email, to my Gmail now.
You want me to send you the link by your phone? But you need your phone, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I could use something else. I mean, but if you want, let me try one more time here.
Okay.
And if it doesn't work, we'll do the phone. Let me just get back into
Yeah,
my email,
yeah.
your link. Um,
I look
okay.
different. I look different.
Uh, yes, people often, okay, I'm offline. Let me just go into my settings. If it's a quick fix, then great. If it's trouble, then we'll do something different. Wi-Fi. Hmm. Uh, Connect. Okay. Yeah, you could really feel, kind of like taking my
Yeah,
middle name. It's that feeling. You just, oh my God, unburdened.
true.
Right. It's doing funny stuff.
Okay,
So
so we're